What if I told you that deep inside one of the densest, darkest rainforests on Earth lives a ghost? If you saw a flash of brilliant white fur cutting through the dark green canopy of the Canadian wilderness, British Columbia, your brain would instantly tell you you're looking at a polar bear. But you're thousands of miles too far south. Your next guess might be an albino, a tragic genetic glitch that leaves an animal defenseless, blind to the sun, and easily spotted by predators. But you'd be wrong again. This is the spirit bear, a creature so elusive, so deeply hidden from the modern world, that for centuries, mainstream science claimed it was nothing more than a myth, a campfire story. But not only is this ghost completely real, it possesses a secret biological superpower that completely flips everything we know about evolution on its head. To understand why this animal shouldn't exist, we have to look at what it actually is. This isn't a polar bear. And as we said, it's not an albino. If you look closely at its eyes and its nose, they aren't pink. They are dark, pigmented black. This animal is actually a North American black bear. So how does a pitch black bear give birth to a snow white cub? It all comes down to a hyper-specific genetic lottery. The spirit bear, known scientifically as the Kermode bear, carries a unique recessive mutation in a specific gene called MC1R. It's the exact same gene responsible for red hair in humans. For a cub to be born white, both the mother and the father have to carry this hidden genetic code. If they do, there is a 1 in 4 chance the cub will be born a ghost. But here is the catch. In the brutal world of natural selection, standing out is usually a death sentence. Imagine being a bright white beacon in a dark green forest. Predators can see you from a mile away. Prey can spot you instantly. According to the laws of evolution, this mutation should have been wiped out thousands of years ago. So why is it still here? For decades, scientists wrestled with this exact question. They assumed the white fur was a massive evolutionary disadvantage, until a team of researchers decided to actually sit in the rain, change the perspective, and look at the world through the eyes of a fish. Welcome to the Salmon Run. Every autumn, millions of salmon flood BC's coastal rivers to spawn. For the bears, this is a multi-week, all-you-can-eat buffet. It's their only chance to lock in enough fat to survive the freezing winter. When a standard black bear stands over the water during the day, look at what happens. To a salmon looking up toward the surface, a black bear casts a massive, terrifying, high-contrast shadow. The moment that shadow hits the water, the salmon bolt. Hunting in the daytime for a black bear is incredibly difficult. They catch significantly fewer fish. But now, look at the spirit bear. When the white bear steps into the river, its fur acts as a natural camouflage against the bright, overcast sky. To the salmon looking up, the bear completely blends into the clouds and the glare of the sun. The fish literally do not see the ghost until it's too late. Scientists discovered that during the daytime, spirit bears are a staggering 30% more effective at catching salmon than their black-furred siblings. Think about how wild that is. A genetic mutation that should make the bear a target in the forest turns it into the ultimate apex predator the moment it steps into the water. But if they are so good at hunting, why haven't they taken over the world? Why are they only found in one highly specific, isolated corner of British Columbia? The answer lies in the geography of the Great Bear Rainforest, a massive 21 million acre wilderness of ancient trees, deep fjords, and isolated islands. Because these islands are so cut off from the mainland, the small populations of bears living on them became a closed genetic pool. On islands like Princess Royal and Gribble Island, up to 1 in every 10 black bears is born white. If these bears lived on the mainland, they would breed with the massive population of regular black bears, and the rare white gene would be diluted and lost forever. The harsh, rugged isolation of BC's coast is the only reason the ghost exists today. When European fur traders arrived in the 18th and 19th centuries, they slaughtered millions of animals for their pelts. They wiped out species across the continent, but they never found the spirit bear. Why? Because the indigenous communities deliberately kept them a total secret. They never spoke of them to outsiders. They never traded their white pelts. They knew that the moment the modern world learned of the ghost, it would be hunted into extinction. They protected the bear through the power of absolute silence for hundreds of years, until the species was finally protected by law. Today, it's estimated that fewer than 400 spirit bears exist in the wild. They are rarer than the giant panda. They stand as a living reminder that sometimes what looks like a flaw or a weakness to the rest of the world is actually the very thing that makes you unstoppable, as long as you are in the right environment. So the next time you look out into a dark, foggy forest, keep your eyes open. You might just catch a glimpse of the ghost